Okay, folks, trying something new here, so give me your opinions at the end. But today we're going to be reviewing the Cohiba Blue Gigante, which is their 60 gauge. And we're going to try a few things differently. Now, I will tell you, now here on the property, enjoying life here in Colorado, up in the mountains. It's really cool for the first time this year. I think we got down to 39 here on the property, but it's quickly heating up, as you can see from this bright sun and everything going on. So as the video progresses, you may see me lose the jacket, so bear with me. And I am wearing my daughter's favorite shirt, which is, let me open this up so you can see, it is the Batman cat overlooking Gotham. So here I am with my cat video, my jacket, my cigar. Let's get this thing cut, lit, and talk about the cigar. Well, welcome out to Simply Being Shipley, Cigar and Pipe, your unconventional guide to cigar and pipe culture, a real channel for real enthusiasts. This is our review of the Cohiba Blue by General Cigar. So, this cigar is blended by Daniel Nunez. One of the most notable things about this blend is that size really does matter. All cigar blends are affected by the gauge of the cigar because the sweetest part is the wrapper. When the cigar gets thicker, the ratio of wrapper to filler decreases, thereby affecting the sweetness. I like to tell new cigar fans, the first thing to do is to find the right blend for them, and then once that they're happy with that, try the different sizes to determine what sweetness level works best for them. Now we have 5 sizes for this cigar. We have the Robusto, the Rothschild, the Gigante, the Toro, and the Churchill. All these prices that you see here are based on average retail in December of 2023. The blend, the wrapper is Honduran, the binder is Dominican, and the filler is a combination of Dominican, Honduran, and Nicaraguan. The package. All the Cohiba cigars are exceptional and consistently constructed. This is even true with the Blue, which is considered the entry level for this cigar line, the Cohiba line. Let's get into the video review. I'm going to use my trusty Carry Zippo here. You may see more about Zippos here. Matter of fact, you will on the channel because I do collect these things. This is my Carry one, so I'm not too afraid to get it scratched up because I got it for that purpose. Now, I know some of you might be horrified. I just lit an expensive cigar, relatively expensive, with a Zippo. Before you kill me with comments, or if you want to, go ahead. It's all good for the algorithm, but before you judge me too harshly, we will have a separate video on the use of Zippos with cigars, and I'll make my case to you on that one. In the meantime, let's enjoy this cigar. Okay, so let's talk about Cohiba for a moment. There's two Cohibas. There is a whole bunch more information you can find, of course, on the interwebs, as I've heard them called. But basically, here's how it goes. Cohiba was originally a Cuban brand. Like many families, the creators of the Cohiba brand, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was Don Pepin that was originally the creator of what became Cohiba in Cuba, okay? But anyway, when Castro was taken over, a lot of the families, knowing that the cigar industry was going to be nationalized, grabbed their best seeds and left the country, okay? They settled in other volcanic regions, Nicaragua, Dominica, all those places that you're familiar with by now. We can go more into that on another video. Well, Cohiba was the cigar that Castro nationalized, I guess, first, or something to that effect. He liked the cigar. Legend has it that he got it from one of his subordinates, tried it out, loved it, and made it a brand that was super expensive, had their best tobaccos in it, and it was only for him and other diplomats and people of importance that could afford it or have access to it. Outside of Cuba, General Cigar came along, and legend has it, again, a lot of legends in the cigar world, but got a hold of those original seeds and developed the Cohiba brand from that. Now, there is no refuting that they use extremely premium tobacco in all of the Cohiba line. Each cigar is very unique. I love the Cohiba Black. I haven't tried some of them yet. Excuse the background noise. One of the neighbors is cutting down some trees on their property. But anyway, on the Cohiba brand, there's some I haven't tried. I will be trying them all. This is the blue. So the purpose of the blue was to get the quality of Cohiba, from construction to some very premium leaves, into an affordable package to bring people into the brand. Again, please, I don't want to have to dub over that, so let's just ignore the neighbor and his chainsaws. Affordable Cohiba. Now, that's subjective, because this is still a very expensive stick. In the slide part of the review, the print part, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to go over pricing with you, but it is a premium price cigar. It is the least expensive of the Cohibas. Definitely worth giving it a shot. It is a good cigar for people that are either new, or they're trying, or they like mild to slightly medium cigars, and you want to transition, find something that is going to give you the smoothness, not the harshness of transitioning into medium cigars. It won't overwhelm you, but it will prepare you for that block of cigars. The Cohiba is very creamy. Again, we're going to get into the actual benefits or characteristics of this cigar in the other section that you're going to see. But in the meantime, sorry, I'm rambling. That is the purpose of the blue, is to be a cigar that can transition beginners or people that are more mildly inclined into both the Cohiba brand and a slightly stronger cigar. There's no harshness. There's nothing that you will not like about this cigar. I absolutely suggest that you give it a shot. Let's go back to smoking. Okay, so again, another part of the property. Here we are, we're getting close to about 2 inches in, and definitely has had a flavor change. So I'd say that right now it's gotten a lot smoother. It's almost buttery and gives a good coating on the inside of the mouth and throat. I'm starting to detect a little bit of berry in there. Yeah, very pleasant. It's actually gotten a little bit more mild, and it's very consistent. The cigar wrapper itself is still very firm, even in the hot parts. And it's surprising that it feels very packed while still having an extremely good draw right through the cigar. So absolutely no complaints. You'll see a relatively even burn around. This is no touch-ups, none at all. And I'm very happy with it. So it's good choice for this morning, being in the morning hours. I guess that's a bit redundant, right? But it is early. I think it's about 9 o'clock-ish here. And this is a very good cigar to start the day out with. I'll be back in a little bit. Well, hello, you're back. Okay, so let's get you up to speed on what you missed. We're about the halfway point. A little bit over 2 inches, the ash broke off and stayed solid. Very well constructed, as I told you, really tight on the feel, but perfect on the draw for me. I love it. We're definitely into a mild, buttery, berry almost type of taste. Smoking again, as you can see, not too bad, fairly even. I have not had to touch it up at all. I don't expect that I am going to have it touched up. I have one little, I don't know if you can see that there really good on the let's see here, from your point of view, the left side of the cigar, a little bit of separation on the wrapper, but nothing to worry about at all. It's not running or anything else. I'm going to attribute that to the nature of smoking cigars up here in the mountains of Colorado. The reality is that things dry out really quick. Although the cigar doesn't feel dry at all, it doesn't taste dry, I'm sure that the wrapper's kind of getting a little bit of its moisture sucked out of it. When we first moved up here, had to drink a lot of water because you dry out quick. I don't know, it's just the reality of living up here. Also, it has a huge effect on butane lighters, which again, when we have our video on Zippos, we're going to talk about that a bit. I've gone through a lot of lighters since I've been up here. So anyway, back to the cigar. Very consistent, very good. I'm highly enjoying this. See you again in a little bit. Okay guys, the Cohiba is now in its final, or getting right about to be in its final third. The burn on it is still really good. It's pulled back a little bit as I allowed the cigar to rest a little bit more. Resting, of course, you're not actively drawing on it. Just give it some time to settle down. Doing really good. I'm going to take the wrapper off now and I'm going to finish it up, but I'm starting to get into a little bit of ramp up on the intensity of it. A little bit of earthiness and black pepper has shown up. Really standard things that you find more in the mid range on cigars. So it's not quite as light or as mild as it started out. You're getting a little bit more fullness to it, but it's still very good. To kind of give you an idea, although I do smoke cigars on a regular basis, the fact is this morning I haven't had anything to eat. And it's a 60 gauge cigar, and yet it's still not overwhelming me. So a very good cigar if all you're used to is mild, or if you're starting out on the cigar journey. If there's anything notable, I will drop back in and let you know. Otherwise, this will probably be the last actual video section that you'll see of me smoking the cigar. And we're going to get a little bit more into the actual details of the cigar itself. So let's see you in a bit. We'll finish out this review. Thank you. Okay, I'm back. We're in the very bottom of it, the final couple inches, and it's definitely gone a lot more of the black pepper to it, but countered with that earthiness and the leather, it's still very creamy. So it doesn't get harsh at all. It gets stronger, but it's not going to be harsh. If you haven't tried one of these, I know they're a little bit up there in the premium cigar range, but I'm telling you, it is definitely worth a try if you haven't had one of these Cohiba Blues yet. Now, we're going to do another video on ring gauge, thickness of the cigar later on, that's going to explain, finding the right thickness for you. I am a huge fan of the 60 gauge ring. I like sometimes to do the 70s and the 80s, which are really huge, and very few companies actually offer that. But I will tell you that at the 60, you get a lot of flavor from the filler, and it's not as sweet. So again, we're going to get more into this later on. The thinner cigar, the sweeter it becomes. Look for that video when we do it. So you might gravitate more toward a different thickness on the Cohiba Blue to get exactly dialed in what your preference is. But regardless of which one you want to start out with, I definitely recommend that you put the Cohiba Blue on your list of things to sample and to try. And give me some feedback. Let me know what you think once that you give this a shot. So let's get on with it. Now, before the light, the cold draw was very smooth and full of rich chocolate notes. The thickness and the firmness of this size makes holding it feel very natural. The main flavors that I got started right away with dark chocolate and cashew, a very sweet nut. It gets smoother the further that you get in until the final third, and it develops a buttery undertone and aftertaste. If you pay really close attention, you will find that there is a bit of a berry flavor in the background. The final third is where it starts to build in strength, but not harshness. And it does add a little bit of black pepper. The draw and the burn. The burn is very consistent, as you saw in the video, and I was happy with the draw on the cigar from start to finish. So the final thoughts and ratings. I really like this cigar, especially as a breakfast blend. The flavors, the construction, and the after effects are mild to medium. I definitely recommend trying one. Here's my ratings with a score ranging from 1 low to 10 high. The build was a 9, the draw was a 9, the flavor an 8, the smoothness of finish was a 9, and consistency was an 8. Is it worth it to be purchased by the box? Yes, I guarantee you will not be disappointed. This is going to wrap up our video for today. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time around.